One of the questions I get asked most often is how I care for an expensive variegated plant like my Caramel Marble Philodendron. Today, I'm making a few upgrades to its growing environment, and one of them is installing a new smart grow light. This is my Philodendron Caramel Marble, one of the most sought after variegated philodendrons in the hobby. I've had it for about 2 months now after picking it up around the beginning of May, and it's currently growing in a 4-inch pot. One of the things that makes this plant so special is that no two leaves are exactly alike. Each new leaf can emerge with a completely different pattern of greens, creams, yellows, and caramel tones. That unpredictability is a big part of why collectors love this plant. But that also creates one of the biggest challenges. You're never guaranteed that the next leaf will be just as colorful as the last. In fact, my newest leaf has very little variegation compared to the older leaves. That doesn't necessarily mean anything is wrong. Variegation is largely determined by genetics, but creating a consistent growing environment gives the plant the best opportunity to produce healthy, high quality growth. And that's exactly what this video is about. Rather than chasing a quick fix, I'm focused on optimizing everything I can control: consistent lighting, proper watering, nutrition, humidity, and overall growing conditions. So over the next week, I'm going to build a dedicated growing environment for this caramel marble and see how one change, adding a dedicated smart grow light, fits into the bigger picture. Before I add anything new, let's talk about what this plant actually needs. One of the biggest misconceptions about rare variegated plants is that they require some secret formula to thrive, while in reality, success comes from consistently providing the right growing environment. Light is probably the single most important factor for healthy growth. Variegated leaves contain less chlorophyll, which means that they have less green tissue available to produce energy through photosynthesis. My goal isn't to blast this plant with as much light as possible. It's to provide bright, consistent light every day. Right now, the newest leaf is receiving about 9,300 lux, which is right in the range I'm targeting. Consistency is more important than chasing the highest number. Water is another balancing act. Caramel marbles don't like staying constantly wet, but they also don't appreciate drying out completely. Rather than watering on a schedule, I let the substrate tell me when it's time. However, with a chunky soil mix and a 4-inch pot, combined with consistent lighting, reminders to check the moisture level can be very helpful in making sure that this plant consistently gets what it needs. Also, as light increases, so does the plant's ability to use nutrients. I fertilize consistently with a complete fertilizer because healthy foliage requires a steady supply of nutrients, not just when I see a new leaf. Humidity helps to reduce stress while new leaves are expanding. My goal is generally around 55 to 65% humidity, along with warm temperatures and good air circulation. It's not about creating tropical rainforest conditions. It's about keeping the environment stable. Notice I haven't talked about one magic solution. That's because healthy growth is the result of several environmental factors working together. Lighting, watering, nutrition, humidity, temperature, and consistency all play a role. I'm not expecting one single factor to magically increase variegation, especially since genetics determine how much or little variegation each leaf develops. However, what I can do is remove as many environmental limitations as possible so the plant has the best opportunity to produce healthy, vigorous growth. Now that we've established what this caramel marble needs to thrive, the one thing I wanted to improve was the consistent overhead lighting. Natural light does a lot of the work during the day, but I wanted to extend that light in a way that looked clean, didn't take up much space, and could grow with the plant over time. So today I'm adding the Glowrium Smart Grow Light to complete this growing environment. Everything comes neatly packaged and assembly is very straightforward. I actually timed myself, and from opening the box to having it completely assembled took just under 3 minutes. There aren't many pieces, and everything threads together without any tools. One thing I like is that the pole is modular. It comes with 3 extension sections, but since my caramel marble is still in a 4-inch pot, I only needed 2. As the plant matures, I can simply add the third section and raise the light instead of buying an entirely new fixture. Once it was assembled, I positioned it directly over the newest growth. The flexible gooseneck makes it easy to center the light exactly where I want it. As the plant changes shape over time, I can make small adjustments without moving the entire stand. One of the first things I noticed is how well it blends into the room. The matte black finish and hidden cable design make it feel more like a modern floor lamp than a traditional grow light. Since this sits in my living room space, aesthetics actually matter. The Glowrium 10 uses a 6.29-inch ring light, which provides broader coverage than many of the smaller halo-style grow lights I've seen. For a compact collector plant like this caramel marble, it does a nice job covering the active growing area. The brightness is fully adjustable from 1 to 100%. I have 2 options to adjust the brightness. I can make those adjustments directly from the attached controller or through the app. That gives me flexibility throughout the year as natural daylight changes. The light uses a full spectrum LED designed to supplement natural daylight. Rather than replacing my window, it's helping create a more consistent lighting schedule throughout the day. Just look at the way those leaves illuminate. Where this light really separates itself is the app. From my phone, I can adjust brightness, create schedules, monitor plant information, and manage everything without touching the light itself. One of my favorite features is the scheduling feature. Instead of remembering to turn the light on and off every day, I can automate the entire process. Another feature I'll probably use is the watering reminder. Since this caramel marble is still growing in a 4-inch pot with a chunky aeroid mix, and now it's receiving dedicated supplemental lighting, I expect the substrate to dry a little faster. I still won't water on a schedule. I'll always check the soil first, but having a reminder to inspect the plant is genuinely useful. The setup is now complete, but features are only part of the story. The real question is whether this lighting is actually providing enough intensity to support healthy growth. Next, I'm going to measure the light reaching the plant and compare it to the conditions I'm trying to create for this caramel marble philodendron. One of the biggest questions with any grow light isn't how bright it looks, it's how much light actually reaches the plant. Manufacturers publish specifications, but I wanted to see what my caramel marble was receiving in a real world setup. I know lux isn't a perfect measurement for plant lighting. ppfd is the gold standard, but lux is still an excellent way to compare light intensity and determine whether a plant is receiving enough usable light. Since this is a variegated philodendron, maintaining adequate light is especially important because the white and cream portions of the leaves contain very little chlorophyll. The most important measurement is the newest leaf because that's where the plant is actively growing. Here, I'm measuring just over 9,300 lux. For a variegated philodendron growing indoors, that's right in the range I was hoping to achieve. Next, I measured closer to the base of the plant. Even here, the light is still around 5,100 lux. That tells me that the lower leaves aren't being completely shaded. Finally, I measure the table underneath the plant. Here, the reading drops to about 2,200 lux, which is exactly where I expected as the light spreads beyond the canopy. What I like isn't just the intensity, it's how gradually the light falls off. Instead of one tiny spot and everything else is in darkness, the caramel marble is receiving usable light across the entire plant. For a compact collector plant like this, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So will this light increase variegation? Probably not on its own, because variegation is primarily controlled by genetics. However, what this light can do is help provide one of the conditions needed for healthy growth by delivering consistent light every day. Based on these measurements, I think this light fits exactly where I hoped it would. For a single premium display plant like this caramel marble, the intensity and coverage appear to be well matched. Throughout this video, we spent a lot of time talking about lighting. But one thing I've learned over the years is that healthy plants rarely come down to a single variable. A lot of people ask me what expensive plants need to thrive. It's creating an environment where several factors work together consistently. Lighting provides the energy that drives growth. And for my setup, this dedicated overhead light helps to create a more consistent photo period, and it delivers about 9300 lux to the newest leaf, which is where the growth is happening. Water, it keeps the plant functioning. But remember, consistency is more important than frequency. And the watering reminder is a great tool to help with consistency. Nutrition, it provides the building blocks for healthy growth. Humidity supports healthy leaf expansion. Warm temperatures keep the plant actively growing, and good airflow, it helps to maintain a healthy growing environment. For me, this Glorium, it isn't replacing natural light. It's filling a gap by giving my caramel marble a more consistent environment every day. While that won't guarantee highly variegated leaves, because remember, variegation is primarily determined by genetics. What it does do is remove one more environmental limitation, allowing my plant to grow under conditions that are much closer to what I'm trying to provide. And at the end of the day, that is my goal. Not chasing perfection, but creating consistency.